worried about my... What the hell?
Joel, what are you hosing over, dude? This homeless man won't leave, so I'm spraying him with dirty brown water.
Sorry to stop. Okay, there's these three military dudes, and they're on a stakeout in a jungle that's several miles away from the main base. So these three guys, it's a black guy, a white guy, and an Asian guy. They've been out there for some time, and they realize, man, we're running out of just about everything here. So the black guy, he's in charge, and he says, all right, here's what we're going to do. When you go into the main base, all the stuff we need is in different spots. So we'll each go pick up a specific item. He says, I'll go in, I'll get all the food we need. He says, white guy, you go in, you get all the ammunition we're going to need, and Asian guy, you get all the rest of the supplies. Now, I don't know if their actual names are black guy, white guy, Asian guy, but for the sake of this story, that's their names. So they're like, oh, okay, cool. So they start that long several mile trek into the main base, and they split up. Everybody takes care of their business. Several hours later, black guy gets back to their stakeout in the jungle, and he's got all the food. Shortly after that, the white guy shows up. He's got all the ammunition. So they start taking everything out of cases and putting it where it needs to be, stocking the pantry, putting this stuff around where it has to be to keep them going for a little while longer. And they realize that the Asian guy is still not there. So they're like, all right, he just, must have gotten held up a little bit here or there. So they're just kind of hanging out. They're talking about, well, maybe having names other than black guy and white guy, but that goes nowhere. So they decide to stick with them. But it gets later and later in the day and still no Asian guy. So finally they're getting worried. They're like, all right, well, let's go see what happens. So they start making that long trek back towards the main building. They've been walking for quite some time when all of a sudden, out of the bushes jumps the Asian guy and he goes, supplies! Supplies! You get it? Because Asian people have trouble with the R's and L's things. Surprise! Supplies! This joke has it all. I mean, you can't tell a better joke than this. The setup was way too long for the punchline, and in the end, there was a little bit of racism mixed into it. Supplies! That crown's gonna sting.
Money, please! A crown for king.
Ugh.